I think the way classrooms and education are different from when I was in school. There are higher standards.
Yes.
And I don't want to say less structure, but the way we do things is in a more innovative, interesting, friendly, fun method. Because there are so many things that as a fifth grade teacher, I know I did not do in fifth grade, whether that is math or whether that is the fun parts. You know, I know that I did not take part in either one of those. And the other thing that I would say is a big difference is technology. And of course, I mean, we are just embedded, and it's wonderful, and it is one of the greatest tools ever of what they can do to practice or to learn or to research on their own or share ideas. I think it is great. The things that people don't realize we have available to us now is not anything the way it used to look.
A lot of times people don't realize how fun it is. Like a lot of times they think it's just work. You can work all day long and you sit in your seat all day long. You don't move. And so for kindergarten, we obviously get up and move a lot, probably maybe more so than others. But trying to find creative ways to still bring in that play without it. You know, people think, oh, you just play. It's one or the other. You just play in kindergarten, or it's no fun anymore. So trying to find that balance of bringing in play with academic, rigor in there as well. And so, like in my personal classroom, we do a lot of acting out things, art. We bring all that in, music. We do science experiments, things just kind of outside the box norm that you probably wouldn't, think of anymore. But just a lot of trying to get them to be constantly engaged, and their attention span is very short. So you've got to be on your toes. And if it's not fun in kindergarten, they're done. So like it's got to be fun. They still want to be there. So trying to find that balance of bringing in the fun, but still the rigor of the content and getting that met. So.
Thinking about going back to just the way we do things, or the structure of the classroom, I don't necessarily remember having a lot of cooperative learning or grouping. And now I find that that's when I see the most learning takes place in my class, when I give them that freedom to partner up with peers and use peer tutoring, because sometimes we think that it has to come from us for them to learn, but really when they hear it coming from a peer, just for whatever reason it sounds better to them or whatever, but they get it then. And so just allowing that freedom in my classroom as far as them working together in their groups and allowing them to partner up, I see that they tend to grasp the information and they learn it and they retain it. So that's different for me from when I came along.
I remember being more structured. Even all the grades, you were in your desk, you did. Teacher told you to do something, you did it. You wrote the answers. You went week, you took your test, and then you were done with that unit. You go to something else. Now it's more not necessarily just discovery all the time, but I'm not in a unique situation. I am, but it's different because they need to have these skills in order to survive in the world, whether they're going directly into a job, whether they're going into a very career-specific thing, or whether they're just going to be working at Piggly Wiggly. They still have to have those job sets, and they got to learn how to work with people. And that's been the downfall I've seen of technology, because these kids have gotten so glued to their phone, and they believe everything in that little square is the way life is. So I'm finding that we're discovering, okay, let's take what you think you learned on there and let's try it, and it doesn't work. And being the science-minded person that I am, we do a lot of science and math with everything we do. So they're learning the depth of it, so that it's not just come in and, let's make cookies and put them in the oven. Because that's not, they're going to make cookies, but there's the steps behind. They got to know the whys behind it. And their final product, and all of our products are the same thing, you're going to have a product. It's not necessarily what it looked like when it came out, it was the skills going into what it is. So they can take that same concept into anything they're doing and be able to make themselves be successful across the realm. But it's no longer that pen, pencil. I mean, how many times have the kids came to me and said, Ms. Rose, I didn't bring a pencil to school today. And I'm the third class of the day, and I said, you made it without a pencil? Yeah, because we did this, this, and this. So it's no longer that pen and pencil routine stuff. It's us thinking out of the box. I mean, none of us are first or second year teachers. We've had to really step our game up to make it successful for these. Keep the kids, I hate to say entertain them, but we had to keep one step. Yeah, exactly. To attention span. Yeah, engage them. Yep.
And even the classroom's different from when we all started teaching.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at the walls, even where we're sitting right now. Who would think vinyl on the wall behind you? You wouldn't even think of this. Yet alone that a kid's designed it and were able to do it. I mean, that didn't happen before. No. Thinking skills.